give you a little bit of a rundown on the school, what it's about. It will be brief, I promise. And then we'll get into the meat and potatoes that I know you're all waiting to hear about, which is school choice scholarships. Um, let's see. And as we go through some of these pictures, you may spot some of your children in these pictures as we go through these slides. I know I do. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to give you a little background on our school. This school was started by Andrea Lieb and her husband. I believe it's over 20 years ago. Their son was racing motocross and supercross all over the world, and they were trying to find a program that would fit well for their family as well as others, and that's how On Track got started. It has been gaining success every year and gaining enrollment every year, which we love to see. Okay, the mission at the school, hold on one second. Let me just see if I can move this window here, which of course it does not allow me to. There we go. Okay. Our vision and mission at On Track School, we believe in pursuing an education is possible while chasing your dreams. Our shared mission is to make educational success achievable for everyone and that every student deserves the opportunity to chase their dreams while getting an education. Our team has identified 5 core values: family, passion, respect, integrity, and fun. We believe in God, the Pledge of Allegiance, and school choice, which is why most of us, if not all of us, are here tonight, I hope. We believe students need to own their education, and we believe we are a community, and together we can move mountains. Okay, what sets us apart from other online programs and just some other schools in general is we do offer in person, not in person, but it seems in person because we're virtual, orientation with every family, live learning sessions, diagnostics throughout the year. Power traits, we are accredited by Cognia. We have several pathway options and scholarships such as this one and personal growth and personalized support, which popped up on the screen a second later. Okay, some of the connections we make with our families, which makes this definitely feel more like a community than just like a meeting each other through a computer, is they offer homecoming. This takes place at a motocross event in Alachua, Florida during Minios. The kids seem to have a blast, and the staff has a good time too. It's so great to connect with these kids and for them to be able to connect with each other. They host a prom at Loretta Lynn's mansion in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee, that is held during the week of Loretta Lynn's Amateur Motocross National. They also offer a graduation ceremony there at the amphitheater at Loretta Lynn's ranch in Hurricane Mills, Tennessee. There's scholarship races and student events throughout the year at not just motocross and supercross events, but as these scholarships become a bigger deal and we're dealing with kids in different sports and activities, we're trying to branch out to many different events and locations. Okay, we do encourage the kids to get social by offering virtual field trips, virtual hangouts, clubs, and other ways that they can all connect with each other, connect with their learning coaches, and we can get to know the families better, which we really appreciate. Okay, and I think Zoe can maybe explain this one better. Is that correct, Zoe? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm sorry. Okay, not sure. I think she's letting people in from the waiting room. We do offer scholarship options. Obviously, school choice scholarship in it will be 8 states after we take on Texas. But we also offer other scholarships in the way of a scholarship race. There is an apprenticeship program and an ambassador program. We would be more than happy to give you more information on any of those things. So please reach out at any time. You can ask during this webinar, or if you'd like really some more detail, please feel free to reach out to us after the webinar. Okay. Now to what you are all here for. School choice scholarships are becoming huge. We are seeing so many children, families reach out to us that are looking to either get onto a school choice scholarship or they already have a school choice scholarship. We are currently connected in 7 states, with Texas being the eighth, which is coming soon. It is a brand new program this year. It is not even open until February 4th, I believe, for enrollment. But just because enrollment hasn't opened, we have been working with Texas for months and months now, reaching out to them, trying to get the information. And we have gotten a lot. And then there's also a lot that we don't yet have, but we will continue to work with Texas on a daily basis to get everything that we possibly can for our families. Today alone, I was on the phone with them for approximately 3 hours. We just keep reaching out because they are changing everything on a daily basis as they get ready to roll everything out. So there are changes happening constantly over there, and they all seem to be for the better. So we're going to just keep following up with that and bring to all of you any information that we are able to collect. Okay, so as far as Texas goes, we are going to be completely transparent with you. We don't know everything about Texas yet because Texas does not know everything about Texas yet. They are putting this together. We have seen this and how it has unfolded in other states as they have rolled out their scholarship program, and it is evolving constantly, constantly, constantly. We're seeing changes to how the funding will roll out versus how long enrollment windows will be open, all sorts of changes taking place, but they are for the better. They're learning as they go, and we're learning as they go. So what we do know is, let me just see if I can pull something up here. Okay. So what we do know is that this will be a scholarship that is available to everyone in the state if you can prove residence. Um, the residence is going to be what is going to allow you to even apply. You will have to show proof of that. The enrollment will open on February 4th, 2026, and it will close on March 17th. So it's a healthy window, but it's not a huge window. We do encourage all of the Texas families who are applying for this to do it as soon as possible. If it were me personally, February 4th, I would be applying. The quicker you get that application in is the quicker they review it, the quicker you are potentially guaranteeing your spot and getting approved. Additionally, we're finding with some states as these scholarships get going that if there is something they're missing, if they need additional documents or any additional materials, you want to make sure you have that window of time to be able to get them in and still stay in that enrollment window. You don't want to find out a day before it closes that we're now in a situation where you can't get these documents together quick enough, the window has closed, and you've missed your window to apply. Because unfortunately, you would have to wait, as of now, an entire year to apply for this again. They are looking for the funding to, it is expected to roll out in July with the first, I believe it's the first round of funding to go out in July. And as of right now, they are saying that they are deciding between a quarterly payout that would be let out 4 times a year or a payout 3 times a year. So as of right now, the website states 3 times a year, and Odyssey call center is saying that they are trying to figure out 3 or 4 times a year. Those payouts, as of now, will come in July, October, and April. So that will be put directly into your portal online is where you will see it. The homeschool scholarship amount is expected to be $2,000 per child. And as of this time, they will not allow reimbursements. So after you apply for your scholarship, you'll wait. They don't have an exact timeline yet, but we're expecting around 30 days to get an answer on that. And then you will find out if you have been approved or if you have not been approved. So if you have not been approved, like I said, they may be looking for additional documentation. And if you have been approved, that's great. You're going to, at that point, go into your portal and you're going to accept the scholarship. Make sure you accept that. If you do not accept it, you are at risk for losing the scholarship. So make sure you go in and accept that scholarship. From there, you will just wait for your funding to come through and you will have access through your portal to spend that money, make purchases you need to. You can read through your handbook, and I strongly encourage you to read through the handbook. My kids have been on scholarship for 3 years, and I read the handbook now, and there's still things that I did not know are covered under scholarship. So read through that handbook, look through it, see what you are able to use your funding for, and any other questions you may have. Let me see, what do we have next? Okay. Okay, let me see, all families. Okay, we have put a link up here, which you can kind of see. I mean, ultimately, everything here can be found right on the TEFA, Texas Educational Freedom Association scholarship page. They will have all your checklists. It will be the handbook. It'll cover everything we're talking about tonight. We just kind of consolidated a bit, but it will all be in there. There is a checklist of what documents you will need for enrollment. It will tell you what is an acceptable form of proving residency. While it's not financially based, it will tell you what they need to see finance-wise to see income from, I guess, your latest income that you can prove. Now, the reason they ask for income is, like many other states, it is open to every resident in the state. However, there is a priority list. So you will see that online as well. And the priority goes down a list of about 5 steps. So lower income is always going to take priority over all other families. And there's different tiers of lower income. So you will be able to see where you fall on the priority list. There are plenty of spots in Texas, so we don't anticipate seeing a major problem with people getting scholarship. However, with that being said, it is a new program, so people may come out of the woodworks for this scholarship, and that is another reason to get your application in as soon as possible, because you could potentially have an answer of whether or not you are approved before the enrollment window even closes, which would be very helpful. Okay. So another thing that they did stress to me from Texas over at the state today is that when you start filling out this application, they have seen in other states, they are being controlled or overlooked, this whole thing, by a company called Odyssey. Odyssey handles many states, many of the states we actually work with On Track. So they see where people will go in and start filling out an application. They get distracted, they have to run out the door, and they don't complete the application. So what Texas said is most important to share with our families is once you start that application process and once you get that going, they will not remind you to finish it. They will not give you a heads up, we close this out in a week, or time is ticking. You won't be getting any of that. So when you start this application process, please be sure you complete it. Make sure you get that notification that it has been sent, it has been received. All of these things will be communicated through your parent portal. And you do want to go in and check that, because they will communicate with you not only through there, but also through email. Problem with email is things get sent to spam, they go all over the place, and sometimes they don't get seen. So after filling out this application, just confirm that everything has been sent, everything is set up, you are on the right path, and then keep an eye on it for any updates, notes, comments, approval, everything. Again, after approval, make sure you accept it or decline it. That is what will trigger the finances to start rolling and the funding to be issued to roll out in July for that first drop. Okay, let's see. Okay, some of the key reminders are no late applications will be accepted after March 17th. I have Miss Teresa Ferry in here with me today, and she is our finance guru. I'm sure many of you, if you have kids in the school, have reached out to her because she works the magic with tuition and scholarship money and discounts, all sorts of things. Teresa can certainly verify that we have so many parents that call us usually around July when parents start thinking about school again. And they say, "Oh, I heard that my state has a scholarship. I'd really like to get in on it." There is nothing we can do. When they close these scholarships out, our hands are tied. We hate to tell the families, "I'm sorry, that's it. You have to wait till next year." It seems like a really long way away when you're trying to get your kid into the program that you choose for them to be in. So please keep in mind, March 17th, that is the deadline. After that, we can't help in any way. And the state won't be able to help in any way. They allocate a certain amount of money and that's all they have to work with. So not only for yourself, but if you do have friends that are moving to the state, family that's moving to the state, they may be interested in this scholarship. Spread the word to them as well. After March 17th, there is nothing that can be done unless it is reopened for some reason, which we don't foresee happening, or they will have to wait a year. Again, monitor that portal because that's where all your updates will be. For those of you who have been on some type of a scholarship before in some state, that portal is going to become your best friend. It is all your information. It is where your application will be stored. It is where you will keep track of how much money is remaining. It's going to keep track of a lot of things for you, including updates on your pending application. So become familiar with that. Once you get in, sign up, enter the portal, kind of learn your way around a bit. They'll definitely change it the minute you get to know it. So, get to know it for now. And all approved purchases can be found in there also. That will be your entrance into the marketplace. The marketplace is kind of like Amazon for school. So, it's where you'll see everything you are able to purchase, what is approved, the cost of these things, and it's where you can submit payments through. So that is extremely helpful. It's no money out of your pocket. Whatever you have in your scholarship account can be spent through there without you having to pull money out. All right, I think we're at the end of the key reminders. So this has been pretty much the quickest webinar we have done out of all 8 states because there's just not complete concrete information yet. Another thing I do want to touch on because I know I've been asked this already. Texas is offering 3 scholarships. They are offering a homeschool scholarship, a private school scholarship, as well as a disability scholarship. So we know that for homeschool, this shouldn't be an issue. With homeschool, parents have the right to pick what providers, schools, curriculum they want to use. We feel confident that that's not going to be a problem with OnTrack. As far as private schools go, that is what we are working with the state with now, and it will be an ongoing effort on our behalf and on Texas' behalf to get all these schools figured out. It is not a cut and dry situation. Every state is a little different, and that's why it involves a lot of back and forth and figuring things out. We do think in time we'll be able to get this figured out as a private school aside from a homeschool curriculum provider. But that's kind of where we're at the moment. If anybody has looked at their website already, you will see that funding is a major jump from homeschool to private school. And that is why we are pushing to become a private school in this state. We have had multiple facilities offer space to us if that is needed. We have I think we've talked to just about everybody in the state of Texas. So we are working, we're putting things together. We do get daily emails, text messages, phone calls asking where we're at. And just know that we are not sleeping on it. We are constantly working on this to make it the best it can be for our families. On the screen right now, you will see my direct contact information. Please feel free to screenshot this or write it down. That is my direct number. You can call or text me at that number. I am on the East Coast. I am in Florida. However, I talk to families on the West Coast all the time, so the time frame isn't really a big deal. If I'm not able to get to my phone or I've clocked out for the night, I will get in touch with you as soon as possible. This is my email, and this is also the main email for the school website for the school. So feel free to reach out and ask any additional questions after we get out of this webinar tonight. I am sure that someone is going to say, oh, wait, I forgot to ask this or that. It's not a problem. Reach out. We've had people from all states reaching out all week, and most of the time it's a pretty cut and dry answer. Texas will have a little bit of gray until we get more concrete answers, but happy to help how we can. And if you, for whatever reason, lose this number, whatever, anybody at On Track is able to help you. They will help you the best they can. This is the school's main contact information. Oh, I think we went off screen. Yep, right here. Main contact information, and anyone can help you. They will probably just redirect you to me, but that's fine as well. So feel free to reach out with any questions. We have also opened a Facebook page that is strictly dedicated to school choice scholarships in all the states that we are partnered in, as well as even we will share information about states we're not partnered with if it helps families in some way with sports or something else. So at this time, that is where we are at with Texas. Is there anything, oh, ignore that one, that's a different state. But is there anything, any questions that any of you can think of that you would like to unmute yourself and ask, or virtually raise your hand or put it in the chat? We'll give you a few minutes to see if we can answer any questions here. Okay. Well, if there are no questions, again, you have all of our, oh, would you mind sharing the link to the portal? I don't. Oh, okay. So as far as the portal goes, there is no direct link to the Texas portal. I'm not even sure if the portal is open yet. It may just get posted when those enrollment windows open. The portal is something you will have to sign up for. You'll put in your information and it'll create a portal for you. And you should be able to find it right on the Texas Educational Freedom Association scholarship page. TEFA is the initials they're using for that. And then on there, you should, it should give you the window to sign up for your portal. I did not see it last time I had looked. Doesn't mean it's not there now, but I looked a few days ago. It wasn't up yet. I have a feeling that may surface as scholarship enrollment windows open. Is there a minimum of how many kids in your family you can get accepted? Example. I have not heard anything about minimum or maximum per family as far as how many scholarships will be awarded. So you should be fine in that department. You have 3 kids that need it, and I think that that should not be a problem from what I have been told and what I have read.
I have a question. Are they going to start making the kids be required to take the standardized testing as well? Or has that been talked about if they're getting money from the government?
So, as far as standardized testing goes, there is going to be a benchmark for the end of the year, which is what we do see in majority of states. So I believe in every state and every scholarship we work with right now, which Texas will be under the Odyssey platform, which is also what several of our other states are under. We at OnTrack administer IXL diagnostic testing 3 times a year, beginning of the year, middle, and end. And most states want the results from that end of the year testing uploaded to the portal. Or however the state requires you to get it over to them. So we are, from what we're hearing, that looks like the way that Texas is going to go as well, but we have not seen anything solid on that. Usually it is a test of that type. So if for whatever reason they tell us, no, we won't accept IXL testing, we need this type of testing, at that point in time, then On Track will work with the state to figure out what we can do to get that testing to our children and get those results to our parents so they will have everything they need when the time comes.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
So did I hear you right in that On Track isn't considered a private school yet for the state of Texas? Like in their mind, that
So, no schools, from what I understand, are completely approved yet. It's an ongoing approval process. So they have opened it, and they have issued what the requirements will be. So we're kind of looking through those requirements as the other schools are too, checking the boxes and applying where we can. So with homeschool, like I said, that homeschool payout of 2,000 per child, we feel pretty confident that will not be an issue because homeschool does give that freedom to choose what school or provider you want. The private to become a private school under this scholarship, like every state, is definitely more involved. It requires a lot more from the schools, a lot more paperwork, a lot. It's a bigger process because it's a larger payout. It's significantly larger. So no, we are not an approved private school in Texas yet, and from what I have been told, no one is an approved private school yet on their approval list. It doesn't mean they haven't been approved, but their complete list has not been released yet.
okay. And do you think that would
It's
come out
very
before?
very confusing, very confusing how it's done. Will the list come out before? So this is what I have been told by Odyssey. There will be a list at the time of open enrollment. There will be a list issued. You at that time will pick your school if you choose to go for that one. If you go for the private school scholarship and you are filling out your paperwork, they will ask you to pick your school of choice. With that being said, because the list will be constantly changing, it'll be growing, you do have the right to change that at any time. That is what I've been told. So if you picked whatever school, the Smith School, and then a month later, On Track pops up on that list, you have the option to switch your preferred school to On Track. Now, with that being said, we don't know when or how On Track will be approved, just like any school does. And if any school at this time tells you that they are guaranteed in Texas as an approved school, I would definitely urge you to question that because there is no guaranteed list yet. And there is no way of anyone knowing when they will get approved until they actually get approved. So if you're going for the homeschool end of it, I feel like that's pretty secure. If you're set on keeping your child in On Track, putting your kid in On Track, then yes, the homeschool one at this exact moment would be the most safest way to go. By February 4th, this conversation could change drastically, and that is why we do strongly suggest that that you join that Facebook page. Our updates will be on there. Feel free to reach out to me personally or the school in general before you fill out that application. We can give you a better idea of where we are in the process. But that's kind of what we're looking at right now.
Thank you.
Sure. Yes. So again, this is a tricky webinar because we want to give you all the information we do have, and we know that the Texas families are chomping at the bit for this, and of course we can understand why. So we're giving you what we have now. It is changing nonstop, and we will continue to keep you updated on what we know. But as of right now, this is what we have. So I hope this in some small way was helpful to you and gave you an idea of what we're seeing on our end and what Odyssey is letting us know, who is their provider. So are there any other questions before we hop out of here? Okay, I think on that note, that's what we have to share tonight. You have all of our information. You have our Facebook page. Please feel free to reach out. Please feel free to ask questions. We will continue updating all of the Texas families on what we're seeing on our end and what we're hearing and what the state is telling us. And with that being said, I hope everyone has a great night, and we do look forward to connecting with you with more information shortly. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Okay, that's a wrap.